Hi everyone, in this video we will discuss few questions from the metabolism of aromatic amino acid. So the first question is, name the important compounds synthesized from tyrosine and tryptophan, and the second part is, explain the steps for the synthesis of any two of them. So the first part, the answer is the important compound derived from phenylalanine or tyrosine. So tyrosine is derived from phenylalanine. So the compound derived from tyrosine, these are the three compounds, they are derived from tyrosine. So the first one is melanin, the second compound is catecholamines. Catecholamines are adrenaline or noradrenaline, or epinephrine or norepinephrine, and the third compound is thyroid hormone. So these are the three compounds derived from phenylalanine or tyrosine, because tyrosine is derived from phenylalanine. So the question is, the compound derived from phenylalanine, just write these three compounds: melanin, catecholamine, and thyroid hormone. And it's a 5-mark question. Now you should write in detail regarding the formation of melanin and catecholamine. Regarding melanin formation, first of all you should write how this phenylalanine is converted into tyrosine. So no need to draw the structure, just write the compound, the enzyme and coenzyme. So phenylalanine, it is converted into tyrosine, and the enzyme is phenylalanine hydroxylase. Here the coenzyme molecule is tetrahydrobiopterin. During this reaction, this tetrahydrobiopterin is converted into dihydrobiopterin, and it is regenerated with the help of one NADPH dependent enzyme. So the conversion of phenylalanine into tyrosine, which require, the first one is phenylalanine hydroxylase, the second compound is tetrahydrobiopterin, and the third compound is NADPH or NADPH dependent reductase enzyme. These are the three requirements for the conversion of phenylalanine into tyrosine. And let's see how this tyrosine is converted into melanin. So the first reaction is the formation of DOPA, and this reaction is mediated by tyrosinase enzyme. And the second step is DOPA is converted into dopaquinone, and this reaction is also mediated by the same enzyme, that is tyrosinase. So here tyrosinase enzyme mediate two different reactions. One is the formation of DOPA, and the second one is formation of dopaquinone. And this dopaquinone undergo a series of reaction, and finally it is converted or produces melanin. So that is all regarding the formation of melanin from tyrosine. And the second part is, you should write the formation of catecholamine from tyrosine. Here also the first step is the formation of DOPA from tyrosine, but here this reaction is mediated by another enzyme, that is tyrosine hydroxylase. So DOPA formation in catecholamine, it is mediated by tyrosine hydroxylase, whereas in melanin formation it is mediated by tyrosinase enzyme, and this DOPA is converted into dopamine by decarboxylation reaction, and this dopamine is converted into norepinephrine again by an hydroxylation reaction. And the last step, that is how this norepinephrine is converted into epinephrine, and this part is important for your exam because it is an example for transmethylation reaction. So during this reaction, this norepinephrine receive one methyl group. So this norepinephrine does not have methyl group. So during this reaction, the methyl group donor is methionine. So the activated form of methionine is S-adenosyl methionine. So S-adenosyl methionine is the methyl group donor in transmethylation reaction. So S-adenosyl methionine donate their methyl group to the norepinephrine. So the enzyme is methyl transferase. By receiving this methyl group, this norepinephrine is converted into epinephrine. So conversion of norepinephrine to epinephrine, it is an example for transmethylation reaction. And for transmethylation reaction, the major requirement is S-adenosyl methionine, because S-adenosyl methionine having one free methyl group in their structure. So that's all regarding the formation of catecholamine and melanin from tyrosine. So that's complete the first question. And the second question is, name the special products synthesized from tyrosine. The second part is, mention the defect in Phenylketonuria and Albinism. So for the first part, just write the compounds synthesized from tyrosine. The compounds are, one is melanin, the second one is catecholamine, and the third one is thyroid hormone. And here also you should write in detail regarding the formation of catecholamine and melanin. And the second part is, defect in Phenylketonuria and Albinism. So in Phenylketonuria, here just write all this in subheading. So in phenylketonuria, the first subheading is biochemical defect. So in phenylketonuria, the biochemical defect is deficiency of phenylalanine hydroxylase. That is the first enzyme in tyrosine metabolism. So the biochemical defect is phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme deficiency. So due to the deficiency of this enzyme, the phenylalanine will be accumulated in blood, and this phenylalanine now converted into their ketone body derivatives like phenylpyruvate, phenylactate, and phenylacetate. That is the biochemical defect in phenylketonuria. And next we should write the subheading as clinical features. So the clinical features are, one is mental retardation, And the second one is hypopigmentation. What is the reason for hypopigmentation? Because there will be defective formation of melanin, because this melanin is derived from tyrosine. So in phenylketonuria there will be deficiency of tyrosine, because phenylalanine is not converted into tyrosine, so that will lead to deficiency of melanin as well as catecholamine. So deficiency of melanin leads to hypopigmentation, and deficiency of catecholamine leads to some neuropsychiatric symptoms. And here this phenylalanine is converted into their ketone body derivatives, and this one of the ketone body derivatives, phenyl acetate, that will be excreted through the sweat. That's why this affected baby is having a specific feature, that is mousy body odor. So the mousy body odor is due to the presence of phenyl acetate. So these are the clinical features of phenylketonuria: mental retardation, hypopigmentation, and mousy body odor. And next you should write this subheading, that is the laboratory investigation. So the first investigation is blood phenylalanine, which will be highly elevated in phenylketonuria. And just write Guthrie test is a microbiology test, and ferric chloride test is a non-specific test. So just write these names. Blood phenylalanine will be highly elevated, positive Guthrie test, and positive ferric chloride test. And the next subheading is how will you treat the patient with phenylketonuria. The treatment is phenylalanine restricted diet, and one of the examples for such diet is tapioca having minimum amount of phenylalanine. So that's all regarding phenylketonuria. And the second part is albinism. What are the biochemical defect in albinism, and what are the clinical features associated with albinism? Here also just write the subheading has biochemical defect. Here the biochemical defect is deficiency of tyrosinase enzyme. So tyrosinase enzyme deficiency leads to defective formation of melanin. So what are the clinical features of albinism? So there will be ocular fundus will be hypopigmented, that will lead to some ophthalmic manifestation like photophobia, nystagmus, and decreased visual acuity. So these are the ophthalmic features seen in albinism. And in skin there will be hypopigmentation, and the affected patient will be having more chance to develop melanoma. So that's all regarding the biochemical defect and clinical manifestation in albinism. That's all regarding the second question. And the third question is an essay question. The first part is enlist the aromatic amino acid, and the second part is mention the important compounds formed from aromatic amino acid and add a note on any one disorder. So the first part, enlist the aromatic amino acid. Just write the name of these aromatic amino acids. So the aromatic amino acids are phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan. These are the three aromatic amino acids. And the second part, mention the important compounds formed from aromatic amino acid. So important compound produced from phenylalanine, tyrosine. There are three important compounds. One is melanin, catecholamine, and thyroid hormone. And just write in detail regarding the formation of melanin and catecholamine. And in case of tryptophan, there are three different compounds which are synthesized from tryptophan, like niacin. Just write this heading: it's in substances synthesized from tyrosine and phenylalanine, and substances synthesized from tryptophan. Substances which are produced from tryptophans are niacin, serotonin, and melatonin. Then you should write how this niacin and serotonin are produced from tryptophan. So during the metabolism of tryptophan, there are two metabolic pathways. One is known as Kynurenine pathway. Second one is known as serotonin pathway. And this Kynurenine pathway produces niacin. So niacin is a water-soluble vitamin, that is B3. So a water-soluble vitamin is produced from an amino acid. And niacin deficiency can produce as pellagra. So if a patient is having tryptophan deficiency for a longer duration, that patient can also develop pellagra-like manifestation. So in tryptophan metabolism, kynurenine pathway produces niacin. The second pathway is serotonin pathway. The serotonin pathway produces serotonin and melatonin. Serotonin, all of you know, it is a neurotransmitter, and melatonin is a hormone secreted by the pineal gland. Then you should know how this tryptophan is converted into serotonin and melatonin. So first one is the tryptophan is undergo hydroxylation reaction by the enzyme tryptophan hydroxylase. It is almost similar to phenylalanine hydroxylase, because this enzyme also requires tetrahydrobiopterin and NADPH. So by hydroxylation, this tryptophan is converted into 5-hydroxytryptophan. And the second reaction is decarboxylation reaction. So by decarboxylation, it is converted into 5-hydroxytryptamine. And another name of this 5-hydroxytryptamine is serotonin. So tryptophan is converted into serotonin by hydroxylation followed by decarboxylation. Then you should write how this serotonin is converted into melatonin. So melatonin is a hormone secreted by the pineal gland, and that have an important role in maintaining the biological rhythm. So you should know how this serotonin is converted into melatonin. It's a simple pathway. The first one is acetylation reaction, and followed by a methylation reaction. The important thing is, during acetylation reaction, the acetyl group donor is acetyl-CoA, and for methylation reaction, it is a transmethylation reaction. So the methyl group donor is adenosyl methionine, that is the active group of methionine. or biologically active form of methionine, S-adenosine methionine, that is the methyl group donor in transmethylation reaction. So by acetylation reaction followed by methylation, this serotonin is converted into melatonin. That is also very, very important for your exam. How this serotonin is produced from tryptophan and how this serotonin is converted into melatonin. So that's all regarding the metabolism of aromatic amino acid. Thank you.